Good morning. Just give me a second, okay? My camera was having a little bit of a fit, and I thought it was going to give me some crap today, but maybe not after all. Well, hello to you. How are you? Hey? Good morning, my fibros. Good morning, bad ponds. Good morning to everybody who is coping with the heat at the moment. It's actually like in the records over here for many years, and it's so hot that loads of people just can't sleep. So last night I took a few extra relaxants to help me sleep because I just couldn't cope with everything that's going on in life. And as I'm trying to grow myself, I'm trying to also keep hold of my sanity. So I'm going to show you something, okay, before the boys get back, because that way you might be able to understand me properly rather than me just telling you about it. So, my son had a car crash, accident, I suppose you could call it. Or his car crashed into another one. So, I'm going to turn you around. And this is what's left. Don't you go over there, my lady. So although it looks like a write-off, the back is okay. It's only a front wheel drive, so otherwise it would have been worth a lot more to get rid of. But we had a look at it yesterday. My friend John, who I call Farmer Brown, came round and said that the chassis is actually looking okay. It's just more cosmetic, which means that the boot might have to come off. The side panel, which I don't know whether you can see it as bad there, but the side panel here will have to be gone. The boot and the front. Now, come on, Aria. It's too hot, Baba. Ow. Gosh. I think it's even too blurry for the camera, isn't it? And it's cloudy today. You can imagine what it was like when it wasn't cloudy over the last few days, when it was like 33 degrees, which is 90, 96, 98. Whew, Fahrenheit. You coming in? Your tongue's hanging out. And go back in. There, that seems a bit better. Sorry, my glasses go dark when I go outside. Because of all the tablets that I'm on, I'm not meant to go outside into the sun. Well, I can do, I guess. It's just that it gives me headaches, and that's why I have glasses which go dark for me. So I'll take them off, but hello, I can't really see much, and I'm trying to get ready. No? Okay, well, we'll just have to change the glasses then. So what's been happening? So much has been happening. It's amazing. And this is why I should actually write stuff down, isn't it? This is why everybody writes stuff down. So they don't have all this to remember. I'm going to put you down there, and sit on here. Okay. I noticed that my dress this morning is quite see-through, so I've always had issues with my bra, because I wear the sports bras and they get kind of, as you get out the shower, it gets stuck as you're rolling it down because you're wet. So I found these ones, which are elite ones, and they're just front opening ones. So they're quite good. It's too hot already. I don't think it's worth putting makeup on, because I'm just going to sweat like a pig, really. So I might just put some Vaseline on my face, some petroleum jelly. Everybody's saying, why are you putting Vaseline on your face? That's disgusting. Well, I've never really used stuff to put on my face. I haven't really used creams or stuff like that. Essential oils I used as a kid, but then I didn't like many of the smells. I don't like many smells, I've learned. And the ones I do like the Pure Rose one, is a fortune. And vitamin E liquid Pure is really expensive as well. So the kids have always had chapsticks, which you pay, what, $6 for, I guess, because we don't have a Target over here. And try to explain to them it's just petroleum jelly, which is I'm just going to get it. 2 seconds. So I suppose you'll be wanting to know why the car looks like the way it does. I'll tell you, shall I? A couple of days ago, his mate had moved into a flat, and there were a couple of girls there as well who lived there. And one of the girls had invited a couple of guys round, 3 of them, and they started smashing up the place. And the girls got scared. His mate, who was on his own there, couldn't really do much because there were 3 of them. But I can't say an awful lot about it because I don't really want him to get into trouble, because he's not, when you're in like a karate club or whatever, you're not meant to use your skills. on the streets, but in this instance he didn't really have a choice, because he'd gone round to see what was going on, and the guys had bottles. So I'll try and say it and try and pick up on what I'm saying. So eventually he maneuvered these guys out of the flat on his own, and I was extremely proud of him, of the way he dealt with everything. He could have done damage to them, but he didn't. He just kept saying to them that the girls were nervous and frightened, and that they mind leaving the flat. Okay, so that's all over and done with. The next night he had been invited to the party which was there, and the girls had put up the gazebo at the back, and he was invited over just to say thank you, blah blah blah. And I'd said to him, I'm not sure about you going over. I just have a feeling, you know when mums have that feeling? Well, I had that feeling of, I don't really want you to go over there. And he's like, no, I'll be fine. I'm not drinking or anything. So don't panic about it. If anything happens or I'm drinking or whatever, I'll give you a ring. So everything was all good. Neil was having a drink, so he was half tiddling. And I had taken my nighttime meds. I get a phone call, and it's the boy, and he's quite upset, and he doesn't get upset. Like, it doesn't really matter what situations it is. There's not many times that he does get upset, but he was upset. So I was like, what's the matter? He'd walked his mates into the city and he got jumped. So I'd said, where are you? And the phone, he said, I can't talk, I'm driving, I'll come straight home. So I was like, okay. And it went quiet for a while. And then he rang back up and he says, Mum, you've got to come and get me. And I said, of course, yeah, where are you? And he says, I'm up at blah blah. So I said, okay, and he goes, I've had a crash. And immediately I thought, you know, that it was really bad. So I zoomed up there, and the police were there, and he was in the car, and the busy gets out, which is the cop. The busy gets out, and he goes, oh look, he's a lovely lad, you know, he did say that he had been drinking. And I was like, oh okay, because it's really not like him. I mean, I've drummed it into them, you know, if you're driving, you don't do anything else. So what had happened was, he was not speeding. He'd come round the corner and hit one of the small vans, like a post-haste van kind of thing, and he'd gone under because it was quite high, so he'd gone under and hit it and moved the van just slightly outwards onto the road. The people who owned the van came out, and they were really nice, patient, wonderful people who didn't judge him, didn't shout at him. I'd apologised. He'd apologised already, but I decided to say to the cop, you know, can I talk to him? I knew I was being recorded in the cop car, so I'd said to him, first of all, are you okay? And he goes, And I said, but the cop said that you didn't want medical assistance. And he's like, And I was like, are you okay? And he just didn't seem to be himself at all. And I said to him, you've got to tell them about you being jumped off. So I'd forgotten to say on the phone he'd said he'd been jumped, and that's why he was kind of upset, because he was sore. So I said, look, you got to tell them that you've been jumped. And he goes, it doesn't make any difference. There's a knock on the door. I shall come back to you soon. It's the two boys, so I'm going to switch you off, and I think we'll go out, maybe get a milkshake or something for them, and I think I'll talk to you then. I don't think you'll be happy with me sitting here and listening to a conversation. So I'll talk to you in 3, 2, 1. Everyone else can do it, just not me. I'm so stupid. I've got Vaseline.